Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Julie from Living Large on Lifetime, and it's time for another episode of WWWWJD. What would Weight Watcher Julie do? And just a reminder, you guys, although I am a Weight Watchers receptionist and I've been doing the Weight Watchers program for about 3 years, I lost 40 pounds and I'm a lifetime member. This channel is not in any way affiliated with or endorsed by Weight Watchers. This is my own personal channel and these are my personal opinions. So let's jump right into the questions because I have 3 questions for you guys today. I'm actually combining the first 2 questions because they are most definitely related. So the first question comes from Valerie Fitzwater. Valerie says, can I eat 0-point foods and still eat all of my 23 smart points and still lose weight? And the second question comes from Tani Ellis. Tani says, my question is this: if I eat all 23 points per day I gain, I need to keep it around 18 per day in order to maintain or lose and not gain. It is a struggle. Does anyone else have this problem? And my answer to both questions is yes and yes. So you guys, because freestyle is such a very, very flexible program, it can be tailored to fit your individual needs, but this absolutely means that you need to be aware of what's going on. You need to be very in tune with your body. Freestyle can be tailored to fit your needs, your taste buds, your likes and dislikes, your lifestyle, your schedule, and your body, but you are in charge and you have to be in tune with your body to find out how freestyle is going to work for you and how you need to work freestyle. So clinical studies before freestyle's release actually showed that people that are following freestyle, eating all of their 23 smart points and eating their 0 points foods, were most definitely losing weight. They also were overall happier. They had less cravings and they had more energy. So these are studies that were done even before freestyle was released to the public. So the 23 smart points is not a random number, you guys. It's a number that was chosen by the research team of Weight Watchers, and it's based on not only nutritional science but behavioral science as well. The entire program is based on nutrition and behavior. The studies have been done. It's not random, it works. It really, really works. So thousands of people are all eating 23 smart points and 0 points foods and still losing weight. It totally works. But with that being said, everybody is different. Every situation is different. My body is different from yours, and I don't lose with beans. Your body is different from mine, and you wouldn't lose with alcohol maybe. So those 23 smart points are actually, I would say, kind of relative. It's absolutely okay to evaluate if you're not losing weight or you're not seeing progress and you're eating all 23 points, then it's absolutely okay to evaluate, take a step back, and see how you need to fine-tune freestyle to fit your body. So if you're not losing weight at 23 points and 0 smart points foods, then maybe something has to change. Either you can reduce your intake of 0 smart points foods, or you can reduce your intake of pointed foods and maybe go from 23 points to 18 points. It's entirely up to you, and it's really based on, you know, do you like the 0 points foods? Then you should keep them in your program and maybe take a look at the pointed foods. Can you reduce those? If you don't like 0 points foods, then you're gonna need to look at maybe earning some extra points or working some wiggle room into your 23 smart points. If you like 0 points foods and you're eating too much of them, that's also something to take a look at as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can actually fine-tune the program, and that's the beauty of freestyle, is that it's very flexible. It's very freeing. So many people have raved about how much easier it is because it's so flexible. I love it because it's so flexible. But within that flexibility, you have to fine-tune what works for you. Do what makes sense to you. And I have to point out, you guys, the healthy eating range is now 10 points below and 5 points above your daily smart points target. So if you have a daily smart points target of 23, then your healthy eating range is from 13 to 28 smart points. That's not a random number either, but it's also a pretty wide range. So try to stay within that range. Perhaps your body does better at the lower end of the range. Maybe your body does better when you consume 13 smart points per day versus 18. Or maybe you can get away with consuming 28 points a day versus 23. So you're just gonna have to play around. Start with the program itself and then try to fine tune to fit your needs. The bottom line is you just have to trust the program. The program works. I've said it many times that Weight Watchers is based on nutritional science and behavioral science. So it just flat out works. You have to trust the program and let it work for you. Start with the program though, and if you're not getting the results you want, then fine tune it, tweak it, take a look at what you can do to change or better your nutrition intake. No one body is the same, and this is why freestyle works, because it's flexible enough to fit every body. Use that to your advantage and figure out how to make freestyle your freestyle. It's going to take trial and error, and it does take some adjustment. But you can do it. It works on both ends. If you guys are in the category of people who can only eat 18 smart points or anything less than 23 and still lose weight, chime in down below so that Tawny has some camaraderie. And also for Valerie, if you're eating all 23 of your smart points and still losing weight, let these guys know so that we can touch base and you guys can communicate together and share what's working for you, because it might work for someone else too. So thanks you guys for the questions. Those were actually brilliant questions, and it's funny that you know, the answer is the same for both. The answer is freestyle. So, okay, I have one more question for you guys today, and the question comes from Jacqueline. Jacqueline says, "Dear WWJD, I'm awful sick this week with a cold." Okay, the third question for today comes from Jacqueline. Jacqueline says, "Dear WWWWJD, I'm awful sick this week with a cold. I'm not eating all my daily points. I'm not rolling them over either, and I'm missing my activity. Is this okay to undereat? I'm nervous about post-sickness." So this question has actually come up a lot, and when you guys ask me and you're like mid-sick, I try to answer as quickly as possible because I want you to get better as quickly as possible. But the bottom line is, when you're sick, is that you need to do whatever it takes to feel better. This is not just my opinion. I have confirmed this several times with my own Weight Watchers leader, and she has agreed. When you're sick, you gotta just do what it takes to get better. If that means over consuming points, maybe you're having a lot of chicken noodle soup and Gatorade. If you're over consuming points, overconsume points until your body gets well. If you're under eating points, if you can't stomach the thought of a tuna fish sandwich or even a chicken breast, then undereat your points until you feel better. Do what it takes for your body to feel better. And while we're on the topic, I'm going to address medication as well, because I used to count medication, and especially emergency. Emergency is 2 smart points per packet, and when I'm trying to fight a cold or fight the flu, I slam like 3 a day. That's 6 points. I was counting those, or I was feeling guilty for not counting them. But you know what, guys? Don't count them. Your health is your main priority, and you need to do what it takes to get better. I think that Theraflu may even have points, and for a while I was counting my Theraflu points. Don't. That's not what's important. The important thing is actually getting better and getting healthy. When your body is healthy, you can get back to the weight loss mode. You can get back to eating 0 points foods, watching your points, back to the exercise. But you need to rest and heal first and foremost. So when your immune system is back up, when your body is healthy again, it's gonna be in better operating mode. So then it will get down to the business of losing weight, and you can help it. But until then, you just need to, if you need to lay in bed and rest, don't worry about your activity points. If you need to eat chicken noodle soup and Gatorade, don't worry about your smart points. Just do what you need to do to get better. Now, when you get back to feeling better and you start weighing again and you're eating on plan, don't worry about the number on the scale. If you've been under eating for a week because you just haven't felt good and you haven't wanted to eat, then you might have a little bit of a gain the next time you weigh in. On the other hand, if you're overeating, if you've had a lot of bread and soup because that's what makes your stomach feel better, then you may have a little bit of a drop when you get back on program. So don't worry about the number on the scale the first time you weigh in after being sick. Give it at least a week of back to being on plan, a week of back to doing your exercise, back to your daily smart points. Give it at least a week, maybe even 2 weeks, and then start considering the number on the scale again. So first and foremost, you guys, is to just get yourself healthy. So hopefully we are, what is this, February? Hopefully we're coming out of the flu and cold season. I hope you guys are all feeling better by now, but just take care of yourself. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you have any questions for me for WWWWJD, send them along. When the questions die out, so does the series. So post your questions below. Don't forget that if you have a question, no question is ever stupid. And if you have a question, I bet somebody else out there has the same darn question. So let's communicate with each other, start a conversation, and get on board together, because we are all in this together, no matter what, right? I got your back, you got mine. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.